just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Beautifully done. Nice birdie. Par 4 second hole. A little bit longer than the first. This one at 442 yards.
Yeah, they've added a new tee, changed the bunkering down the right side. Still a semi-blind tee shot. A hole that bends softly to the left side. The bunkering around this green has changed. Still, it requires a very precise tee shot.
Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
That's a good shot, right where you want to be, in the fairway here at number 2. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Second shot. Good look at the green. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. He has this putt for birdie. Good putt. Frank, what's the strategy here off the tee at the par 5 third?
For the long hitters, they still think that they can reach this par 5 and 2 comfortably with a good tee shot. For the shorter hitters, it really is a thought about where you lay up that second shot to try and leave a good third shot yardage in. Still a good tee shot, though. That hazard down the right side protects against someone who's a little too cavalier off the tee.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
And from the fairway for his second shot here.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
A bit unfortunate in the bunker, Frank.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what his bunker play's like.
All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really, you have to look at the amount of green you've got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Settles in over the putt. Surprise, surprise.
I tell you, just when you thought things were going to go the other way.
Kaymer now trying to put that putting stroke to good use once more. If this drops, it would give him yet another birdie. You always like that. Count it as a birdie. Really nice mix of holes to start here at TPC Scottsdale. The 2 4s and then the par 5. Now our first par 3. Just a little over 180 yards, Frank.
Plays a little downhill, longer than what it once was. The green is radically different. Used to be deep, now it's wide. And the bunkering, of course, is visually totally different from what it used to be.
Straight away now from 145 yards. Frank, when you look at great rivalries in sports, you realize that athletes need each other. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to achieve greatness, to achieve legendary status. And in golf, Tom Watson needed Jack Nicklaus to push him to another level.
And also to define an era. Without one, we couldn't think of the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s or the 2010s. You need those players to define that era. So you need competition. Competition is not without rivalry.
Charles Barkley is Auburn's most famous basketball player. This guy is Auburn's most famous golfer, that's for sure. Jason Duffner. Nice work for birdie. Well, Frank, now at the 5th hole, the par 4, the challenge stiffens just a bit.
Yeah, the longest par 4, obviously in the start of this golf course, around the 470-yard mark. 2 bunkers down the right have been changed to 1, but it's in the perfect position now. Of course, that new tee added to add a little bit of length to this hole. The green still remains relatively similar to what it used to be.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Let's see what Martin Kaymer does with this approach shot.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Ooh, almost fell. Just a few inches from dropping.
Sometimes the game just isn't fair.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Oh, I thought he had that. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. He needs this for par. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Par 4 6th, and Frank, a couple of options here.
Yeah, a hole that bends to the left. A draw is the preferred shot off the tee. The longer hitters will have a big advantage. They'll be able to get it down there and just have a pitch or a short wedge into this. If you're not, that long, then you're going to have to lay it back short of those bunkers. That's going to leave a lengthy second shot. Oh, and it gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad.
Great shot out of the rough. He avoided all the troubles just to get that on the green.
That was not an easy shot. He'll settle. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Blixt with a birdie attempt here. Right in the heart. He's made it. Now to the second par 3 on the front 9. This is the 7th hole.
Yeah, quite a stiff par 3 because of the narrowness in the front. Really favoring a higher shot that's going to land softly, and therefore you can open up that green, because the further back you go, the wider it gets.
Trying to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Good swing, good shot yet again. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Oh, Rich, that was a huge putt. You don't expect to make them from that distance.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Frank, the par 4 8th. This is a good hole.
It is. A dog leg to the left forces the player to go out the right, and this will play every inch of its yardage, which is over 470 yards. Green's still pretty much the same with that false front. Unless there's a flag position in the front, you're really going to have to fly it at least 20 yards or so into that green. Otherwise, that ball is going to run towards the front.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. See if Blixt can make a birdie here. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. And he has it for birdie. Rounding out the front nine with a par 4 of 453 yards from the back tee. Looks to be straight away here, Frank. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, that bunker, there used to be two bunkers down the right side. There is now one, and it also pinches into the fairway, which almost makes this hole look like a faint dogleg right. But really, the best line is still down the left side, so it still actually suits the draw off the tee. Green is slightly elevated and not very deep, too. So judging that second shot, getting the right club is essential here at 9.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Second shot now for Martin Kaymer.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Continuing to putt with confidence. He has this for birdie. Hello again and welcome, Rich Slaughter, alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports at one of the great venues in all of golf, TPC Scottsdale. Upwards of 500,000 fans expected throughout the week here. A lot of buzz being generated, and now plenty of fireworks as well on this back 9.
There is, Rich. This is a Super Bowl type atmosphere, and the 10th hole, what a wonderful way to start this back 9. A dogleg right that's been radically changed in 2014. Numerous bunkers added. This is a very strict dogleg right par 4, and by that I mean you're going to have to hit it down the left to have an open shot at this green.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, it's not just a golf tournament at the TPC Scottsdale.
It's a party.
It's a giant throwdown, isn't it?
It certainly is, but the atmosphere works there. It just fits in. The players are aware of it. They're quite fine to play amongst it, too, because it's such a rare event.
And to be honest, a lot of the fans, and there were almost 180,000 on Saturday alone in 2013, a lot of the fans, they don't see a single golf shot. They're too busy having a good time, having a party. This is a cross-country special. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Makes the putt for a birdie. Moving on to the 11th hole, Frank, water all along the left side, 472 yards. How do you handle this one?
Well, this one's weird because the tees are a little off-center. They start down the right side, which makes it into a dogleg. And you mentioned the water. It always comes into play. And there are 0 fairway bunkers. You don't need them here at 11 because really it's all about the tee shot. Find the fairway, then even though it's a long par 4, you should be able to at least attack that green safely. Miss the fairway to the right, which is the barrel outside, and your problems are just starting.
Second shot now for Jonas Blixt. Birdie try up next. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Well, you could see he thought he had that.
It looked in the whole way until the end.
These putts keep the round together. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Par 3 12 may not be as famous as the Par 3 16th, but Frank, you think this may be a tougher and even better hole?
We see more bogeys and double bogeys here on 12 than 16 will ever see, and courtesy of the water behind and to the right of the screen. If you're going to bail out, find one of those bunkers. A good bunker player obviously can get it up and down, but it's still no snack trying to record your par 3 at 12.
This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful putt.
Great, too.
Beautiful. To the par 5 13th here at TPC Scottsdale. Lots of danger left and right of this tight fairway, Frank.
This hole has really changed over the years. There used to be a split fairway. That no longer exists. That bunker you can see down the left side, which you can't carry, really defines the left side of this hole. Water still in play down the right, and big change here is the bunkering along the left, front, and left side of this green. So you can't just blaze away and comfortably expect to hit 13 and 2 anymore.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. A good 190-yard shot, and this is the second.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Jason Dufner has this one for eagle. Wow, I thought he made that. Frank a little too amped up trying to make eagle there?
Oh, well, you don't get the opportunity every day, Rich, so can't blame him for that. Birdie's the consolation prize. That was a tricky one, but it's in.
Par 4, 14th, Frank, it seems as though you'd be pretty happy with a par here.
You would, even though the putting surfaces here at TPC Scottsdale are excellent. It's going to take 2 good shots to reach this 14th hole. You can get in a little bit of trouble off the tee. That bunker on the left very much in play. The rough on the right side is no snack either, because the ball, more often than not, will finish well above the player's feet. And of course that green is very, very narrow, well protected by bunkers on the left.
So Frank, a perfect lie right here, and now this gives him a chance to take the next step, which is get after this hole location.
Yeah, so many more options now, and basically it's just going to come down to club selection now. This is absolutely perfect. This is one where he can get a reward from.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Getting set now over the putt. Wow, what a putt. That is huge.
Rich, I remember playing with, it was Ben Crenshaw and Mark McCumber in a World Cup of Golf at Royal Melbourne. And Royal Melbourne's greens are as fast as any in the world. And it was probably one of the best putting exhibitions I ever saw without Ben actually making every putt. His sense of speed. And I think that's where I started to see that putting was a real art. He would look at a putt like it had 7 or 8 different dimensions to it. But it was all feel. It wasn't mechanical. It wasn't like this sort of amazing thought process. It was sort of through osmosis. He would just feel a green. So it would go up and down, several humps and hollows and that, and invariably just, if it missed, it just settled on the back of the cup. And these were the fastest greens in the world. Incredible display.
His longtime caddy at Augusta National, Carl Jackson, they came together in the mid-1970s. Carl recalls the first time he saw Ben, and what stood out was, as Carl tells it, the putting stroke. And in Carl's words, it flowed like the wind. Headed for the bunker? Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap.
Well, with a good shot here, Rich, this eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage. and it makes the green in regulation. You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and you keep your head still. This is a 22-foot putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
He has a birdie opportunity here. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Oh, yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Well, partner, here we go. Players have characterized it as terrifying, chaotic, amazing. The stadium atmosphere here at this hole, the 16th of par 3, is really spectacular, isn't it, Frank?
It is. Because of the atmosphere, the number of people, this is the closest a golfer gets to like kicking a field goal in a Super Bowl. It's just surrounded by people. It's not really the difficulty of the hole. Just over 160 yards, a modest par 3. There's no water in trouble. But it's an atmosphere that golfers never normally are familiar with.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. He got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. Frank, 16 was fun. 17 is always exciting here at TPC Scottsdale.
You've got to be careful because that water that sort of goes around the left side of the green, if that ball's coming in with a little bit of hook, it's just going to keep going left. There's the one bunker you really have to focus on. That's the one in the middle of the fairway. 280 will carry that. Chances are the ball can run onto the green. It takes a brave man really to try and fly this ball all the way there. It's not really needed because there's always another 10 or 15 yards of run. Factor that in.
Frank, they threw him a life vest. He's back on dry land.
And I hope this time he swings, he doesn't have the water wings on.
Third shot now after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for. Hazard.
Maybe wet, extra stroke at it after going into the water. So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. That was a solid strike and a good result. Just in the first cut of rough, not a bad lie. The only issue is he might get a jumper here. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Almost. Wow. That's just a poor putt right there. No other way to say it. And a drop shot, a bogey at 17. Duffner, all about consistency, all about making these par putts. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par.
Rich, 18 was always considered a long finishing hole.
Not for J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, the water was always in play. And then the day he took it over the left side and carried everything and went on to win, that completely changed the way this golf course played ever since that day.
And it resulted in some of the changes we're seeing now.
Yeah, evidence, the new bunkering down the left side, but it showed us all how much and how strong these guys are, how much they've improved over the years. Oh, that's fine.
Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
Second shot. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Second shot. Good look at the green. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Oh, he's going to love it. Great putt.
It's that sneaky distance.
Well, Frank, this day had a little bit of everything. I mean, you always catch your